Ryan Sheckler. I did a video reacting to Ryan Sheckler's new part, Lifer. If y'all ain't seen it, it's somewhere on YouTube right here. This is it. Y'all can go watch that if you feel like it. But yeah, today we gotta talk about these ABDs, man. This man Ryan Sheckler is relentless. This nigga don't give a fuck. This nigga's the ABD god. As of right now, today, August 23rd, there are 6 ABDs from Ryan Sheckler's video part that I found on this same spot, same angle, Instagram account. So I'm finna go over these and show y'all what the fuck this man Ryan Sheckler really got going on.
Transition.
Alright, so before I get too deep into the video, I need to say this. I need to elaborate on what ABDs are. For those of you that don't know, ABD stands for already been done. It's a taboo thing in skateboarding where like you're not supposed to do the same trick that another skateboarder has done at the same spot, the same way. Cause like, you know, that doesn't push the progression of skateboarding. That's the main reason I feel like ABDs are such a bad thing, because people want the sport to progress, and it can't progress if everybody's just out there doing the exact same shit over and over. So that's what an ABD is.
Another transition.
So right here, this is the most recent ABD that was found. And this one kind of don't really count, but it counts. They say normally I wouldn't count this one because the angles are a bit too different, but we have a streak going, and I figured what the hell, they're close enough. Alright, so buddy right here does a kickflip indie, which if you guys don't know, when it comes to vert skating, apparently a kickflip indie is always a backside air. Backside kickflip indie to be considered a kickflip indie. But if you do the kickflip indie frontside, then it's just called a frontside air. So it's technically 2 different tricks, because as you can see right here in Ryan's part, he does it frontside. You get what I'm saying? So technically it's not the same trick. Buddy in the caption said the angles are a bit too different. These are literally the same angle, just different zoom. As you can see. Not the exact angle, not the exact same angle cap. It is a tad bit different, but barely different. It's just a little more zoom. But anyway, yeah, the tricks are slightly different too. Ryan comes at it. Ryan does a front side air, and Buddy does a kickflip indie. Even though they're both kickflip indies, you know what I mean? That's just the rules. I don't make up the rules, man. I consider it both the same trick, but one is a front side kickflip indie and the other is a backside kickflip indie. That's what I would say. But you know what I mean? Y'all can judge that one however you want. I ain't really tripping about this one. I ain't tripping about none of them at all, personally, by the way. I just want to go and say that. I personally don't give a fuck about an ABD. If you did some shit and you made it look cool, then cool, nigga. Skateboarding is skateboarding. It's free for all, nigga. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. First and foremost, we just got to go and get that out of the way. Alright, but anyway, I'm going to the next one. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, the infamous back 3. Now, Giles, your bitch ass knew better than this shit with your ugly teeth ass, piranha mouth ass. You knew better than this shit, man. Come on, man. Nobody want to see that. Put your tongue back in your mouth, nigga. You like a fucking lizard. Nigga shirt green and all. I'm surprised that shit didn't change to brown when he hit the ground. As soon as he touched the ground, I wouldn't be surprised his shirt just changed. Tan shirt. Chameleon ass nigga. Anyway, let me go to Ryan Sheckler. Daddy Shex did that shit perfect. Fuck is you talking about? Come on, man. Perfect back 3. Slight hand tap, you know what I mean? I guess he wanted to try to pay homage to Giles with the hand tap. I'm sure he must have knew about this one. No, I'm bullshitting. But come on, Giles. You knew this shit wasn't it, my boy. Sheck did it better. He just did what it is. Of course, yeah, it's ABD or whatever, you know what I mean? Sheck broke the rules or whatever. For all you core skate niggas, he did it better, though. I don't give a fuck. Technically, it's not even an ABD if the nigga that did it before you didn't do it that good. You know what I mean? It's only an ABD if it was already done good. That shit wasn't done good. This nigga did it good, though. I fuck with you, Sheck. You did that one. Fuck with anybody talking about. Alright, Ryan Sheckler's front side 180. His is kind of alley-oop, though. You feel me? Let me go to the original. The original clip is just a regular front side 180. Can I zoom in a little bit? Let me see. Yeah, there we go. The original clip is like a regular ass front 180. You know what I mean? No alley-oopage. Ryan shit is more of an alley-oop front 180. I mean, that's another one that I don't really consider it a ABD. I mean, it is an ABD. It's the same fucking trick, but Ryan shit look better. I ain't gonna lie. He made it look a little better. Brush shit was clean now. Don't get me wrong. But just, I don't know, the fact that it was a little alley-oop and that made it look a little better. That's 2 down. I'm gonna go on and go past that one because it ain't really much to dissect here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the Ollie. This is another one, similar scenario to the kickflip indie shit. Cause look, bro is a goofy footed skater. Ryan Sheckler is obviously a regular footed skater. So it's like it's the same trick, 2 different approaches. One is a frontside ollie. The next one is a backside ollie. One thing that we can note about this is Ryan Sheckler. Why the fuck did you get bungeed into this spot when we can clearly see this nigga pushing into the spot? Why would you do some shit like that? I don't know. Not none of my business. I guess I don't know. He did have surgeries and shit recently, so maybe this was after the surgeries or something, and like he just didn't really have that strength in his foot to push. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, not much to dissect here. Just another ollie. Let me know if y'all think that's the same thing. If the stance doesn't matter, if the stance doesn't make a difference, let me know. I kind of think it does a little bit, but either way, it's all about who does it better. Which, when it comes to an ollie, it's not really much to say about who does it better. Bro shit definitely looked effortless though. Can't lie. Shit, you did that, but yeah, bro shit was effortless. And on to the next one. Now this is the one of least importance in my book. I should have started with this one, honestly. This shit don't fucking matter. It's a ollie into the bank, which this was your trick, my boy. But Sheck did a whole trick before this. Sheck did I think he did a front 180 up that gap, and then just on the way back down, just ollied in. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like he was just going to this spot planning to do a ollie in. You know what I mean? That was just some afterthought shit. And guess what? Regular footed, goofy footed. You know what I mean? Backside, frontside. Each time it's, you know what I mean? It's something to it every time. It's not like it's just straight up ABDs every time. Anyway, that was some bullshit. I'm not even gonna spend too much time on it. What was this? The front nose grind. Now this one here, straight ABD. I ain't gonna lie. This one, you stole this one. I was reading some comments on this one. Yeah, you stole this one straight up. Unless you just didn't know. But, alright, look. Front nose, regular footed skateboarder. Regular footed skateboarder. Front nose. Same spot, same angle, same trick. You can't even deny this one. Can't deny this one. Come on, man. Maybe he just didn't know, though, you feel me? Like, he might have just not known about this one. I'm the type of nigga that, like, shit, if I want to skate that spot and somebody already did the trick, I don't give a fuck if you already did it. I'm going to do it, too. I don't give a fuck either, but I'm also not a pro skateboarder. I also don't have people checking for those type of things whenever I go skateboard at street spots. So, yeah, I mean, it's a little different for me personally, but, yeah, I do kind of feel like as a pro skateboarder, you should know, like, what's been done at a spot so that you don't do the same shit, because skateboarding is all about progression. And if all the pros are just doing ABDs just because they want to get a trick at a spot, and then like skateboarding will not be progressing as fast as it is. That's one of the main things that's been pushing the progression of skateboarding, is the fact that people are going out and doing new tricks at famous spots. It'll be a famous ass spot that's been skated 100 times, but the fact that people are still finding new creative ways to skate these spots, that's what's pushing skateboarding forward. That's what's pushing the boundaries of this sport. This art form, whatever the fuck you want to call it, it's a sport. I don't give a fuck. It's physical activity. It's a sport. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, yeah, that's what's pushing skateboarding forward, though. The fact that people's out there pushing the boundaries, man. So shit like this, I can understand why some people would have a problem with it. Yeah, just for that reason. I feel like Sheckler, you should have knew better, but if you didn't, your filmer should have knew. Somebody on your team should have told you. This part was in the works for a minute now. Come on, bro. You don't just put a part together in 24 hours. You know what I mean? Like, this shit happened over a span of time. All the footage was reviewed. I'm sure there was some clips that got scrapped. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe you should have. Maybe, I don't know. Probably just should have did some research. Or maybe he did do his research and he knew that all these was ABDs. And this was like his middle finger to the skateboarding industry, saying, fuck y'all. I don't give a fuck about the ABD shit. I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do because I'm Ryan Sheckler. And I'm that nigga. Double pitch to Thefty. Fuck you, Tim out.
Ready? Double pitch to Chesty.
killed that boy. Anyway.
Transition.
If you made it this far, this next portion of the video is for my skate nerds.
And shit's nerds.
I'm finna read some of this article from Jankum Mag that they dropped in March of this year about ABDs and filming etiquette. And yeah, I'm finna skim through this just to give some of y'all that don't know or maybe don't care about the ABD shit, just to give y'all a little bit of insight on like what all this shit is about. Okay, now, so the dude that created the Same Spot, Same Angle account was asked, why do you think it's important to compile tricks that have already been done? His answer was, to be honest, it's really not important to me at all. I would still be posting different tricks if it weren't for all you skate nerds out there finding so many. It always amazes me how deep skate videos really go. It's endless. And I only post ABDs that are filmed from the same angle. Imagine how many more there are from different angles. Are ABDs valid clips? He was next asked. He answered, this is where it starts to get great. In my opinion, when it comes down to it, skateboarding is not a competitive sport. It's an art form, like Jason Dill says in Feedback, an individualistic type of expression. So if someone wants to front people a rail because it makes them feel good and gets them psyched, even though someone else already did it, I'm not going to tell them not to. I also agree with that. I'm going to continue. There are ABDs happening every single day, all over the world, in skate parks and in the streets to all degrees. Where it becomes the issue is when people are filming video parts. That was another thing that I was saying. That's when your art and creativity are permanently documented for the world to see. You can relate this to other things too, like music. There are people out there playing music all the time, jamming on the same riffs, chord progressions, and melodies. It's when you actually start writing and recording your own music, though, that copyright infringement becomes a real concern. That is the perfect analogy he could have brought up right here, especially coming from a nigga like me in the music industry. One of my main things when I make my music, I'm trying to do shit that only I'm doing. Like, I don't want to copy nobody else. I listen to other music from time to time, yes, but I take like slight influence from some artists or whatever, but I don't try to emulate anything any other artist is doing. And I know a lot of artists might say that, but if any of y'all are familiar with my music, you can attest to that. Y'all can go check my shit out if you haven't already at Lord DeAndre on all platforms. Just had to plug myself in real quick, but that's a great analogy he just made, because you don't want to hear different artists create the same song as another person. That's why they have a name for it, like covers, music covers, song covers. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm going to continue. On paper, releasing the same trick that someone else has already done at the spot is really not valid, but in most cases, the skater didn't know about it and had no intention of stepping on anyone's toes. I guess the only time it's really valid is if someone does an ABD as a tribute to someone else and makes it known. Okay, yes, see, that kind of goes back to like the cover thing in music, because when you call it a cover, it's like, okay, we know you're just doing a tribute. You're not stealing somebody's song word for word. Same thing. All right, bro said, do you think there should be a statute of limitations on ABDs? He said, I think skaters and filmers should always try their best to do their research to avoid ABDs. However, as time goes and skateboarding gets more and more saturated, it becomes increasingly difficult to keep track of what's been done. At a certain point, we really can't stop it. We'll continue to see more ABDs in the future. It's just the nature of it. And I also agree with that, because you can't stop it, man. I don't know what a nigga did 20 years ago. You feel me? So if I go to a spot and try a trick that I thought was just a trick that I felt like doing, whole time it was put on wax 20 years ago, like, you know what I mean? That just is what it is. But to continue, why do you think there are so many of the same tricks at the same spots filmed from the same angle? There's definitely a gray area as to what counts on the same angle. They're not all going to be perfectly exact. I've let a couple questions. With some spots, there aren't many filming options either. I do agree with that. It's some spots that it's only one real way you can film them bitches. You feel me? Like, but anyway, many times the layout and architecture will naturally suggest certain filming angles. For example, I'm not even going to go through all that. Also, no disrespect to filmers or anything, but there might just be a general lack of creativity in filming. I understand a lot of skaters are purists, but maybe we should be more open-minded to experimentation. A lot of people seem to hate on Bill Strobeck's filming, for example, but I personally appreciate that he developed a signature style and found his own voice. It's very different and original. I definitely agree with that also, even though me personally, I don't know, that might be one of the things that I start to try to like implement in my upcoming video part that I'm working on as well. Just trying to goddamn, experiment with different types of filming, different angles and shit, because like coming from the music industry, like when I direct my videos, like I try to rely on angles a lot of the times to make a shot feel more like more I don't even know the word for it, but I try to rely on my angles a lot basically, and sometimes the simplest shot can look 1,000 times better when the angle is just a creative angle, just not the average shit that you would expect to see, not just the regular front facing shot. And I think the same thing could definitely translate when it comes to skateboarding. Even like long lens filming like William Strobeck does, the fact that he's posted up in one spot and just the way he zooms and pans, like I don't know, it does add like it adds some excitement to the shots for sure. A lot of people don't like it, but I fuck with his style of filming. I don't know if it's necessarily for me personally. I kind of do prefer the more like purist type of film, skate filming too. But then I also go back and watch niggas like Nigel Houston. His last part, that I Need That shit that he dropped, it's filmed more cinematic, low key. Like it kind of looks like it's like all 4K. It looks down there 60 frames per second or 30 frames. I mean, like it's like kind of cinematic looking. I don't know, but I fuck with the creativity in any aspects when it comes to art. I fuck with creativity and people just carving out their own lanes and just being different and not following the norms. You know, that's why I started my whole brand, the X Triple I, because it's the Roman numeral 13, which is a symbol of rebellion and lawlessness. So like basically with any art form that I like to indulge in, I like to go a different route than anyone else, and I also enjoy when other people do the same thing too. You know, I like people that rebel and break the rules and don't follow the guidelines laid down by their predecessors and just do their own thing. You feel me? So that's basically the gist of this. This article from what I wanted to go through. I believe. Hold on. Okay, let me read this very last paragraph right quick. He asked, in your opinion, what is the future significance of ABDs in skating? I think the principle and general etiquette will remain the same, but as far as the amount of them, it's not looking good. As more and more footage is released, it will get exponentially more difficult to keep track of tricks, especially for the younger generations who aren't as familiar with the past. I feel like the only way to truly avoid ABDs is just to find new spots. Facts. In the words of Ricky Oyola, how the fuck you say his name, finding the spot is one of the biggest parts of the trick. Maybe we can make a massive wiki with every spot in the world, with every clip ever been done there. That would be sick, actually, is what he said, and I'm also agreeing. That would be sick, actually. Facts, though, goddamn. Yeah, like I said a minute ago, man, I don't know what a nigga did 20 years ago on the spot game. Like, it just is what it is. I'm going to do what I want to fucking do, and that's just that. But I'm also not a pro skateboarder, like I said. Anyways, get in the comment box. Let me know what y'all think about this. Do y'all think that ABDs really matter in skateboarding? Do y'all think that same spot, same angle, same trick is a valid Instagram account to be going off of? Also, do y'all think that the shit that they're putting out is 100% factual and 100% accurate and justified? I fuck with it though. I fuck with the concept of the account. You know what I mean? It shines light on things like this that a lot of people wouldn't ever notice or care about. You know what I mean? Because I didn't really too much care about that shit until I found out about this Instagram account. So I salute y'all for what y'all doing. Y'all are helping push the progression of skateboarding. It's almost like I'm a rapper, right? So it's an account that used to be popping on Instagram called Fake Watch Buster, and all the big rappers that had on fake jewelry, they'll get posted on Fake Watch Buster, cause like you're not gonna be rapping about all this money and real jewelry and shit you wearing, but you out here getting caught with fake watches on. So that shit low key kept the integrity of hip hop alive. Like niggas had to go get real jewelry if you was gonna be talking about that shit, cause if not, you ain't gonna get put on Fake Watch Buster. And this same spot, same angle is like it's like the equivalent of that, but in skateboarding. Cause if you out here bullshitting, you ain't doing your research, and you doing the same shit another nigga been did, probably did better than you too, your ass gonna get caught on same spot, same angle. So we don't want to go out like that. I'm assuming Sheckler don't give a fuck, and if that's the case, then I truly salute it. Honestly, you feel me? Cause that's the way you should go, man. That's the rebellious route. That's the route I'ma always take, man. So I'm fucking with you, Sheck. Get in the comment box. Let me know what y'all think about this. Oh, Lord.